Jac and Dak podcast. That was good. We synced up.
Oh my lordy.
I just want to let everyone know that we did not
That
plan
was
that.
unprepared. And we nailed it.
We just made eye contact and I just started singing.
Yeah. Welcome.
Good.
Welcome to the Virtus podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
Now, I think before we get started, we do need to make a little disclosure here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. This is not our first attempt.
We did one this time last week.
2 weeks ago.
Oh.
No, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And we went in thinking, let's just not plan anything and see what happens for an hour.
And considering our two personalities, that was not the way to go.
No, it's not. Turns out we're funny off camera.
Turns out, well, we're funny all the time, but
Apparently we get nervous when the
yeah.
recording starts. So anyway, we're back again.
For podcast, Jac and Dak podcast times 2.
Times 2. Yeah. Oh, and not to mention we are a little bit filthy because we got done for copyright.
Yeah, because in the last one, I had, for anyone who's seen Hannah Montana, the TV show, in between scenes, how they do like the singing transitions.
Wait,
Okay,
demo.
go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait, which one are you doing?
Oh,
I was doing the classic.
One? Oh, okay, wait. Take it away. Take it away.
No, I can't do it on my own. This is like, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, basically.
Those ones.
To sum it up, we played that and apparently that's
YouTube
not okay.
doesn't like it. So anyway, here we are.
Here
Take
we are
2.
again.
Full disclosure. Also, if you asked us what we spoke about in that hour, couldn't tell you.
I cannot remember.
I literally can't remember. So we might hit the same topics again.
Yeah, we might have to.
Yeah.
Or we'll skip past those because we don't remember them. Were they valuable?
Yeah, who cares?
Anyway, into it we go.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's start off on a high.
Yeah.
I want to hear like your weekly win. Not even a win, just like something great that happened to you.
Something good from
This
this week.
Yeah.
Virtus related or just like...
No, just in
anything?
general.
Oh, I started programming for K-Mac. My
Shout out
angel.
K-Mac.
Shout out K-Mac.
Shout out Kate Mac.
She's just my idol.
Oh, I love her. I haven't seen her because I don't do afternoons anymore.
Yeah, well, she's recently just started coming back in, and then this is her first week of programming for me, and then she called me on Monday night after a session to say she loved it. That's my win.
Oh, she's a good woman.
She is so
She's a
lovely.
good woman. Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be like K-Mac.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. Yeah, what's
Do you want to
yours?
know mine? Because actually, that's just prompted
No.
a different one.
Yeah, I do.
That's actually just prompted a different one in my mind.
Yeah, go for it.
I saw the most beautiful interaction between members the other day.
Share.
And, like, they're people who, like, they sometimes train at the same time, but, like, you
Yeah.
know, different demographics. Like, they're not exactly, like, you know, but they know of each other. Anyway, I won't name names. But, like, I saw the most beautiful interaction because I program for one of them.
Yeah.
And, again, just know that there's been a lot of shift recently in terms of managing a lot of different aspects of her life. And she's finally in that group where she's training really well and seeing lots of progress. And she's just, you know, she's just got that glow about her.
Wholesome.
Yeah, love her. And another member, like, came up to me and was just like, oh, my God. Like, there's something different. She's incredible. She's looking incredible. She's just like giving off this energy. And I told her, I was like, oh my God, like, yeah, there's just been a lot of things that have sort of started to align and she's loving it. She then went up and told her herself. And like,
so
no joke, it was just like the most beautiful interaction. And I just went, oh, because it wasn't like it was just like your energy's changed.
Yeah.
And like, and I know for a fact, like, she's so like, the girl is so much happier at the moment and just like there has been that shift. And so for somebody else externally to recognize that, it was just such a beautiful moment.
Wholesome.
It was super wholesome.
Love that.
And I was like, love.
I feel like I witnessed something similar to that the other day. I wonder if they're completely different people because that would be...
Well, you weren't here when this happened.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I witnessed one on my own shift the other day that was like similar. We'll discuss after. Sorry.
We'll discuss. Oh, okay. Outside of Virtus, I'm trying to think of a weekly win.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. No. Win of the week.
No.
I win this. No, and it was Sunday, so I'm going to count that as this week.
That counts.
So.
I'm honestly Sunday to Saturday. I
Okay.
consider that the week.
So, like, anyone who knows me knows how extremely, like, ADHD I can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really struggle with certain, like staying on task. I tend to jump around tasks quite a lot and start a lot of different things. Anyway, on Sunday was just like, no, I've got so much stuff to do. I'm going to write a checklist.
Froth a checklist.
Loved the checklist. I checked every single thing off that checklist in a systematic order. Like in terms of, I told myself I had to prep myself for this day, but I was like, you are not leaving this room until everything is done that you need to get done in this room. So like I was like cleaning and tidying and just doing like a full house deep clean. But I typically tend to like start a load of wash and then go and stack the dishwasher and then get distracted because I need paper towel and I go back into the laundry and something else changes and then I'm like, oh, I'll quickly strip the bed so I can put the sheets on and like
it's like
and then
chaotic.
next thing it's just chaotic and I was like, nah, one at a time. And so I no joke, I started at one end of the house and I went room to room. Wow. And I ticked. My reward was lighting a candle in every room.
After you finish each room,
candle literally, I was like, success.
Mark is like, which rooms have you cleaned? I'm like, just look for the candle.
Look for the candle. He was out, which made things, he was at work.
Yeah, okay.
Which I was so productive. Yeah, I know.
Really
so that was a big win for me because typically I'm quite chaotic.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
Wow. I just can't imagine that from you, to be honest.
I know.
Really
I was very predictable. And then I came to dinner and I ran. It was the day I ran too.
Ran.
It was on my checklist was 30-minute run.
Wow.
Because I didn't go. I was meant to go to run club in the morning. Oh, sorry. And I didn't. And so I was like, you have to go. We're learning integrity here.
Yeah.
Like we're doing the shit that we said we're going to do.
You had a very productive day on Sunday.
I know. So then that's what prompted the creatine and the greens, which we'll get to.
We'll
get there. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So there's my weekly win.
Real. I do one gym session. I have a protein shake and I'm like, God, I'm going to be jacked in a moment.
No, I was
this one protein shake.
The protein shake, you gag.
Protein shakes, like, there's just something about them. I'm sure this is like a universal thing, but people are like, no, this brand, this flavor is actually quite good. And then I try it. And at first I'm like, oh yeah, that's not too bad. And then the more I have it, the more repulsed I am by it.
I wonder what it is. Do you have water or milk?
Water.
Milk,
I have had milk before.
You love chalky milks.
I do, but the protein...
But not chalky protein milk.
It's foul.
Wow. Even the Rockabilly's downstairs?
Nah, they're good, but I can't spend $5 every time I want a protein shake.
Can't. But, okay,
they're
but those,
delicious.
they're good?
They're delicious,
Okay.
Yeah. But they also have a bunch of sugar in it.
They do.
Which is fine. I love the sugar, but...
That's super interesting. Because Dak loves her chalky milk.
I froth a chalky milk or a chalky milkshake.
A chalky milkshake. Maybe you could make a chalky milkshake and just add the scoop of protein powder in and see if that like changes it. Yeah. Because I feel like try to troubleshoot.
I don't know. Like I actually feel like it could come back up as soon as I consume it.
Oh, and you scull it too to try to get it over with as well, which probably I don't know, those who scull protein shakes, that makes me want to bomb.
Yeah, but sipping on it kind of isn't an option because it's so disgusting. I put like the you know how it gives you like a recommendation of like how much liquid to use? I use the bottom amount. Yeah. And then I just shake it really good so it's definitely not all cluggy. But
granted, I do that with greens, but I feel like greens is very different. Greens taste like the bottom of a compost bin.
Ew.
Yeah.
I've never had that before.
We never had greens.
No.
Don't taste like the bottom of a compost bin.
I just can never be
like I just
doing
imagine that if you like got your compost bin and like squeezed the juices from it, that's what the greens powders taste like.
I have no words. Like I can't describe it.
Just like yeah.
Me complaining about having protein shakes, but you're literally eating the earth. That's cooked. Anyway.
Holy Lord.
How did we get there from wins of the week?
No idea. So this is our problem.
Yeah. And it was worse last week.
What about a fail?
Oh,
they're just funny.
I almost swore. Am I allowed to swear on this? No. I actually don't swear. I'm a beautiful angel.
You don't actually swear often.
Yeah?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes. Yeah. It depends. You're not like an avid, use it as an adjective.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. A fail. Do you have one in mind?
My life.
I feel like I've had... Oh, do you know what I have failed?
Oh, God.
I had an assignment. I have an assignment due on Friday.
You failed?
No, I didn't fail the assignment. I failed in the process of doing the assignment.
Oh.
Which is where I'm going to now. Wow, jump to conclusions. Obviously, I didn't fail. Look at me. Do I not look intelligent?
You do.
Thank you.
Fail.
I had the break to start it, and I did actually start it on the break.
Yeah.
But I looked at the task instructions. I was like, that'll take me like a while, but like I should be fine to just start it a week before and I'll get it done. And then as I was doing it, I realized how much research it involved, and I'd spent like 5 hours doing it and not written a single thing on the page because I was just trying to find the research for it to support everything I wanted to say, and then like reword it and try and find it like try and figure out how to make it cohesive. And then I had a mental breakdown about it.
Sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. I empathize with you so much right now.
I literally, like, it was like a mental breakdown to the point where, like, I was like hyperventilating, and then Justin was like, "We need to go for a walk. Like, you need to get up." And I was like, "No, I just want to cry here because my assignment's too hard and I'm overwhelmed." And then he's like, "We're going for a walk." We went for a walk, and the whole time I just thought about my assignment. But in the end, I ended up getting an extension.
Oh, so you did?
Yeah, I ended up doing the extension, but I'm still aiming to finish it by Friday.
Yeah,
but then
you still got to have that goal, but you have a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah,
because you are a busy gal.
Well, I'm working today. Yeah. Tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm coaching, which is like...
Don't think about it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I don't think I'll quite finish it. It is a 10-minute presentation, and the work I'm doing now is preparation for said presentation. It's a recorded one, which is why I can take longer. But my fail was my time management and starting it. I should have started it earlier.
Yeah, wow.
Which I'm normally really good with. Like, normally I give myself plenty of time, but I don't know, the trimester's been so overwhelming that when I finally hit the break, there was just nothing left in me.
Yeah.
So then I just
the break.
didn't start it. Yeah. And then, now I've started it, and it's...
Yeah. Do you want to know the positives to all this?
Yeah,
I know it probably sounds like crazy.
Yeah.
We're in week 8.
Yeah.
Like, you are literally nearly done your first semester
and
already.
I know, and I'm very proud of myself, but also at the same time, I just found out yesterday that we don't get a study week. We're doing our exams in the study week.
Oh.
I want prep.
Like week 11?
Week 12, technically.
So do you still get content week 11?
I think...
Content's supposed to be done week 10.
I think we don't have content, but we still have a test for one.
Ooh.
And then an exam for the other, like a written one. And then I have my prac exams the following week.
Yeah, okay.
Which... Just tying my shoelace.
I feel like this is a good diversion into what we wanted to chat about in terms of balancing everything.
Yeah, true.
I feel like this is a great, like, because let's keep talking about this. So, for those of you who don't know, so Dak studies part-time in her Masters of Exercise Physiology.
Yeah.
Works, does our member success, coaches, all the good things.
Knee rehab, don't forget.
Knee rehab as well. Has large family commitments as well.
So true.
Yeah. And then myself finishing off my thesis, but now it's just the thesis, but was studying full-time master's degree, working full-time, working good 4 jobs at the moment. So a little bit of time management, but then also like friendships, relationships, and trying to balance all the good stuff as well. So, so
I want to hear what you do on each day of the week. A brief summary, obviously, just to give the Verdi people a bit of an insight into how your day goes.
All right, so let's just start Monday morning.
Yeah.
All right, so this is like a rundown of my week at the moment as it stands. So Monday morning, I coach on the floor, start at 6. Mondays tend to be my big day at Verdi, so I might not leave until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And after coaching on the floor, it's just like internship stuff, programming stuff, like admin, general.
Also remembering to eat in that time.
Oh, yes, eat.
That's my worst.
I would like to shout out here and now, Mark, you are my saviour. Mark does all my meal prep.
Oh, does he? All
Breakfast,
of it?
lunch, dinner. He cooks. I couldn't tell you the last time I cooked.
This is why you don't know how to use an oven.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was broken. So, no, I'm very, very, very lucky that the one thing I don't have to think about is food. Mark literally, like, I bring my prepped overnight oats to work in the morning. I'll bring my prepped lunch, and then at night he'll either be at home and cook, or if he's got night shift like he did the last 2 nights, he has my dinner prepped. So I can come home, like last night, I didn't get home till like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I got home, I walked in the door, I ate my dinner, and I went to bed.
Oh, that's so good, Mark. Yeah. King, I forgive you for not saying hi to me in Crinkle Hub that one time. For that.
Traumatised. Which you didn't even see him. He saw you.
I did not see him. I think I remember in that day, I think I was in a rush.
Yeah.
Not an excuse.
He did say you looked like you were like
I
just
was
on the go.
On a mission that day, I think.
But yeah. So that's my Monday. So Monday I'm here until about 2, 3 o'clock. It just sort of depends on week to week what needs doing. And then Monday afternoon, I take myself to the gym. I've got Monday afternoon off. Also, in any of this spare time, thesis, research, homework, like general
Like
house
whenever
maintenance.
you have an opportunity, you've got to be productive.
I've got very pockets of time. Anyway, Tuesday morning, come back to Verdi. We'll typically leave. I've actually just kind of cut back a little bit. I used to, again, not leave until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've sort of tried to be out of here by midday. So if I do have anything extra that I didn't get done on Monday, I smashed it over on Tuesday before I go, and then been trying to get out. Because that gives me a couple of hours to, again, go home and either, like, have lunch, go to the gym, or work on my thesis if I need to before going to YC training in the Arvo. So I'm there from, like, 5:30 till about 8, just depending on how it's going. So that's on Tuesday. Get home Wednesday morning up at 4. I've got privates here from 5 till 7:30. And then... Well, we're recording right now. I've got a research meeting with my, with my research team at 9:30, which has been, we haven't got today, which is why I can podcast.
Thank goodness.
Yes,
Okay,
haven't got that today. But that's weekly at 9:30. We run for about an hour, just depending on how much we have to chat about. And then I action everything from that meeting for the next couple of hours. Then at about 12:30, get in the car, drive up to Burwood. I teach at the uni. So
on a Wednesday as well?
On a Wednesday and a Thursday. Yeah. So I take a 2-hour class there on a Wednesday afternoon. Get home by about 5:30, and typically try to get straight to the gym if I can. And then, sorry, I just bumped somebody.
Knocked me microphone.
Knocked it off. And then, home, dinner, bed, back up at 4 o'clock on Thursday morning. I coach a group class at Revel in Frankston Thursday mornings.
Yeah.
Leave there, jump in the car, go back to Burwood, teach for another couple of hours, come home. Thursday afternoon, Friday morning is like my day off.
Yeah, I love that.
You know,
your day off. It's half of 2 days.
Yeah, but that's like the
sleeping.
day off. So Thursday, I try to actually switch off. That's like been a bit of a new thing.
Yeah.
I do what I need to do, whether that's jobs, whatever the case is. I try not to like feel guilty about not doing my thesis on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Friday, though, is the day that I can, like, smash out a bulk hours of work for my thesis before coming back to coach at 3 o'clock on a Friday arvo. Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. So that's sort of like my weekly wrap at the moment. And then, honestly, weekends just sort of depend. If Mark's got them off, I try to switch off for at least Saturday. If he's working, I take it as an opportunity to knuckle down and try to get a bunch of my research done.
Yeah.
We're in a... You can always be doing stuff for my research, but it is the next phase is going to be a lot more hectic.
Yeah.
So I'm just preparing for that. But yeah, that's sort of like my weekly. So I have like 4 different jobs. And it's mostly just the travel in between that's finding it difficult. But I will say, because of Mark's schedule as well, because he does 4 days on, 4 days off.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of shifts around one day every week. And so like as a relationship, we still manage to find pockets of time that we do get to see each other. But then sometimes we'll go weeks just being ships in the night.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a little while at the moment, but like.
Miss you, Mark.
Miss you.
Slay.
Yeah.
That's
so
a good
anyway,
week.
that's my weekly overview.
Yeah, love.
Of the current work and study situation. What about you?
I'll start from Monday too. Quick summary. I'm not going to get sidetracked. I can stay on.
Is that a dig? Did I get sidetracked?
No, you didn't. But I think I was going to sidetrack you because I kept going to ask questions. I was like, no, wait, I can't. Like I was about to be like, oh, where's the Revel in Frankston? And then I was like, no, wait, we're still on your thing. Anyway, no, that was a dig at myself. Monday?
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday, I like uni all day. That's basically like a ride. Like I will not touch anything from here unless I very much have to. Like I'll get up at 5 Monday to Friday. For uni, I'll get up at 5, drive there early because I need a free park, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And then I use the hour before my class to study or do some sort of work or content or assignment or whatever. And then we've basically got structured uni work from like 8 to 2 is when my classes end.
You were looking at me like I know your timetable.
I was like, what time? Anyway, by then I drive home and I'll either run or I'll train depending on what usually Monday I run, Tuesday I train here. So then I'll come here. It usually takes me like max 2 hours including travel time home.
Yeah,
to do those things. So then by then it's like almost 5 o'clock. So then I'll have dinner and then I go to sleep. I get in bed to settle at 8 o'clock. So that gives me like 3 hours to have a shower, do my washing if I need to do my washing. I also look after my sister on Monday and Tuesday nights. And none of you would have met my sister Georgia, but she's my beautiful angel baby. But she is so hard to multitask with. Like, you have to have eyes on her practically all the time until she goes to bed. If she's in like a really mellow mood, then you might be able to. But even then, like, she wants to go on the drawer, she wants to go on the bin, she wants to grab more food. Like, she's a menace, but I love her. Anyway, so that's kind of like, that's literally my whole day, like, gone.
Yeah.
I try to get like an extra hour of study in there at some point, but normally I can't. And then Wednesday, I used to do like my member success hours, which I have like 5 of them. I used to do them on a Monday, but then because of uni, I had to put them on a Wednesday. But I already coach on a Wednesday. So a Wednesday becomes like a 9 to 10 hour day.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I don't know if this is efficient. My brain likes it, but I split it instead of do it all at once. So like, I'll be here until 10, and then I'm going to go home, wash my hair, do my washing, do my assignment, and then I'm going to come back here from 3 to 8. And then by the time I get home, I have to go to sleep because I've got to be here in the morning.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, coach from 6 to 11. We'll have a meeting tomorrow. And then I'm seeing Greg about my knee. I've got to find time to train in that day. And then I'll spend the rest of the afternoon doing my assignment because I'm trying to get it done by Friday. I'm not even halfway through. And then Friday's a very similar situation. Thursdays, I normally try and smash out all my programming. So I'll have to do that as well. And then Friday, I finish off whatever member success stuff I have to do, as well as coach. And then just assignment, literally just assignment. And then normally on a Friday night, I'll try and see one of my friends. So
who gets it this week?
I know. I
literally like Dak's like spinning a wheel at home. Like, who gets my attention?
Literally, I'm like, guys, do you want to book in a time to see me this week?
Actually, sorry, that reminds me of a really funny story. Kind of like, I don't know if I told you this.
Go.
In the midst, like, we were in the trenches of like just uni work. I just started this new job at the uni, and I was literally just trying to manage a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of it. And Mark and I, no joke, hadn't seen each other in over a week. And we lived together.
Yeah.
And we just hadn't seen each other. And he goes to me, he's just like, oh, like, any danger of me seeing you today? And I just like, and he was because I was at work. I was here. It was like a Wednesday morning, I remember. And I was at work, and he was like, any danger of seeing you today? And I literally pulled out my calendar. And I said, I can fit you in between 10:30 and 12:30 today.
That is iconic.
And I put him in my calendar.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
I do that for Justin.
No joke. But seriously, like, on a serious note, like, you honestly, when you're in the trenches like this, you have to actually carve out that time to make time for friends, family, like, and it's hard, and not everyone understands it.
Yeah.
As well.
I've shown people my calendar, which I think is very helpful for me. I'm not going to be able to show the people who aren't watching it, but I'll show you. Like, that's how I'll plan my day so that I make sure I get shit done. And some people look at it and be like, surely that's a nightmare. I'm like, it's flexible.
It's flexible. It's like, but and with our jobs, like, we do get to be flexible. Like, if one day you needed to change your member success stuff, obviously you could do that. But like, it's just the pockets. And if I don't have it in my calendar, it's not happening.
It's not.
And genuinely, I do forget about things a lot. And so that's also something that I have very understanding friends that they don't hold it against me if I do forget things, because it's typically I just haven't put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
But I have gotten better at having to just put it in my calendar. Yeah. I never used to. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I have found that the most challenging thing during full-time study, full-time work, full-time everything is probably number one, being maintaining friendships. Yeah. Because you need low maintenance friendships who also understand the demand of what you're after. And I think when you're in a job that is very interpersonal, you spend so much of your energy and time talking to people all day, every day.
Which I love, but there's a point where my social battery's gone.
It's gone. You could have the biggest social battery in the world. This job would still drain you. Yeah. And so therefore, like, it's not that I don't want to see my friends. It's not that I don't want to have friendships. It's like, I've got nothing left to give. Yeah.
It's like, I've gotten home and I'm tired. I've got an hour and I'm going to use it to do nothing.
Literally. And it's like, like, you have an hour in time. It's like, I could go see a friend in that time. It's like, I need to recharge a little bit as well. And the people who get it the most, and like probably 2 of my best friends at the moment, they are also in this industry. Yeah. And they get it. And we never hold it against one another if we cancel plans, or if like it's just not happening and the connection and the scheduling's just not happening, because we understand that it's just draining. Yeah. The friends who don't quite understand that are the ones who typically tend to come and go a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally get.
Which
I feel like I've definitely
sucks.
had a very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of my friends are like very, very much like, I'll be like, sorry, I can't this week or next week because I just have an assignment. I don't know when I'm going to be able to like commit to a time. And they're like, yeah, whatever. I'll just see you when we go to netball or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I like sometimes do have like, feel like I get a little bit of friction with some people which is, do not blame them at all.
Yeah.
Like some people just rely on seeing their friends a lot, but I just, I feel bad, but I can't change it. Yeah. It's like one of those things where like I'm really busy and I want to change something, but I'm so happy with everything that I'm doing that I don't actually want to change anything.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I don't know if like, but I get hard on myself too when I know I've kind of let some people, and because the annoying thing about my schedule is I often think about people and I often think I would like to do that. Like one of my friends just found out she was pregnant. I was like, oh my God, I want to go like drop her something.
Yes.
To be like thinking of you or like whatever. Yeah. I think she's now into her second trimester.
Yeah.
And still haven't done it. But I thought about it, but I'm like, I actually don't have time to go to the shops. And because I never go to the shops because I don't cook. Mark cooks.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
So I don't go to the supermarket. I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it works in our relationships. I do the cleaning.
Yeah.
But I digress. But it's like, oh, I think about things all the time and I think about my friends all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it's nearly too far past the point of it happening that I'm embarrassed to reach out and say something.
Yeah.
Or like, because it's like, oh, that was old news. Like, why didn't you message me like when it first happened or something like that? And I'm like, I think about things in the car.
Yeah, same, the car.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And my Siri, I need a new phone and I'm digressing here, but I need a new phone. And so I started getting into the habit of getting Siri to remind me things.
Yeah.
But my Siri has stopped working.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
I know.
That is not good.
But so low maintenance friendships. And look, if you explain it to people, like they understand, but moving to a new town, that's probably been the number one thing is finding those friendships on a deeper level. Yeah. Because it's not like they're going to stick by you because you're an old friend. Yeah. You're a new friend. So therefore, if you're not putting in the effort or not perceived to be putting in the effort, they're less likely going to.
Yeah, which makes complete sense.
100% it does. I do not blame anyone for that. 100%, which is why some of my closest friends tend to be the people who are either A, in the industry or the people that I work with. Yeah. Because you see me the most.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a friend recently that I hadn't seen in a while, and it wasn't not a while, but like since uni started, and I like apologized because I just haven't been able to make time for him, or not specifically just him, just like anyone in the first like few weeks. And he was like, "Don't apologize for it. Like I'm not expecting you to apologize." And I was like, "That's really sweet, but I still feel guilty." Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. But then sometimes I'm also really dirty and I'm just like, well, you haven't even reached out to me as well.
Yeah.
So I'm
to be fair, he reached out to me.
Yeah, okay, so go king.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it does go two ways. In which case, like my best friends who don't live here, like quite frankly, it is like a lot of phone tag a lot of the time. So it's like I know that they're thinking of me. It's just like not like I just can't answer the phone or something like that.
I feel like with like uni and being here, I like fitting in 6 days of training.
It's hard.
A week is a nightmare. And it like, I love training, but sometimes when I'm really tired, I get to doing my training session. I'm like, I'm just like a bit sleepy now. Yeah. I feel like trying to fit it in somewhere in there is super difficult. And I feel like everyone would somehow relate to this with their like full-time jobs, and people have families and big commitments like that. And they're like, I just can't find the time, but you kind of got to make the time. Otherwise, you're just going to be worse off in the end.
It's so hard to prioritize it. And I learnt that the hard way. I let my training give before, like, I let any commitment give because I don't like letting people down. Yeah. But I'm so content letting myself down. Yeah. It's bizarre. It's just like, so no, strange. I will, like, take myself to the ends of the earth not to let you down as a person. But, like, if it comes to then sacrificing something that I need for my mental health or anything, I'm just like, nah, you don't need it. Like,
so you'll be fine. Persevere.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, training was a big one. And I don't know if your idea of this has changed since you have now rehab in amongst your training. So, like, the goal to get there, you have so much more, I guess, like, not motivation, but purpose. Yeah. To prioritize training. Because if you don't prioritize training, your knee will not get better and you can't get back to netball. Yeah. Like, it's as simple as that. It's not like you're training just to stay fit or stay strong. And it's like, oh, well, I can do that again in a couple of months. Like, I can take a step back now. It's like you've got something that you have to do unless you want to take a step back. Yeah. So I guess my question is is your perception of training prior to doing your knee and how you fitted that in with your undergrad and stuff versus now. Like, how has your mindset shifted around prioritizing training in your week?
It's a very good question. I before I even found out that I hurt my knee, I was always like, I was told when I first did my ACL, we're throwing back.
We're throwing back.
Yeah, we're going back to when I first did my ACL and I started. I'd never strength trained before when I started like going through this rehab for my ACL.
Yeah, okay.
And when I finished the rehab, the physio was like, if you want to keep playing netball injury free, you need to start strength training.
Yeah.
So like in my mind, like even before I hurt my knee, like right before I hurt it this time, I was like, no, I need to keep going because I want to keep playing netball. So I always kind of had like the bare minimum for myself that I had to like at least maintain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely changed since I hurt my knee. Like there's like no, even if I don't feel like it, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
There's like no excuses. And like at the moment it's a bit different. I'm in a bit of a deload because my knee has been hurting a little bit. So it's been a bit of an ease off week. But knowing that I have to fit it in at some point and then move everything else around it, it kind of feels like I'm doing not the wrong thing, but when I have to sacrifice study to do the session, I'm like, I would have been so much further along in this work if I had have just done it. But I do think that having the purpose of getting back to netball has made me feel like a little bit more motivated to do it. I'm like, I have to do it. I want to hit these goals. Like, I want to go into the next phase of the rehab.
Yeah.
And I want Greg to be happy with me.
Yeah.
Got to do what Greg
get the gold stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be like, you're doing well.
Yeah. And because that's something like that I feel like isn't often spoken about when you are balancing study, and not just study. We tend to be people who are perfectionists, I would say. We strive to produce the highest quality of work that we can.
Yeah.
And so therefore that takes time.
Yeah.
And so it's not a matter of like, oh, I have spare time. It's I either have time that I am at work, I have time that I train, and it's like fitting in training in spare time takes away from study, because if I'm not doing anything, I'm doing study.
Yeah.
And especially like when I was in the trenches of like full time, like now I've only got my research now, but like when I was doing all the other subjects at the same time, it wasn't a matter of like, oh, do I have time? It's like, if I don't train, it's not like I'm just going to sit at home for an hour.
Yeah.
It's like that hour will be
spent doing something else.
doing my uni, like doing an assignment, doing something.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, if I just don't go to the gym, I just sit and scroll.
Yeah.
No, there's no time for that.
Literally.
So everyone's like, oh, but you've got, like when I say there's not enough hours in the day, there's not enough hours in the day.
And I know everyone says that, but it's like, it's true.
So true. And so it's like you really have to shift a mindset over to prioritizing your training if that's a priority.
Yeah.
And us being in this industry, obviously we know how important it is, but I've 100% let my training lapse. It's been the thing to give most times. And when I started my master's, I told myself that I didn't want my training to give because I had so many goals.
Yeah.
To like, I wanted to be able to move well. It was the first time in a long time that I wasn't experiencing back pain.
Yeah.
So I wanted to challenge myself, and I was like, I need to keep training if that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
But then soon enough,
it starts.
It's like, okay, 6 days turns into 5 days, turns into 4 days. And then I probably would get to the gym 4 days a week easy.
Yeah.
Easy. But that to me is like, whoa, because I'm used to like 6 days easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, it's not just about finding time when you're studying. It's quite literally, what do I use that hour for?
Yeah.
Do I prioritize it to go train?
Yeah.
Or do I and let's be real, it's not an hour.
Yeah,
it's two.
Never
By the time you drive wherever you need to drive to, you do a solid hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you drive home. It's nearly a 2-hour block.
Yeah.
Right? So am I going to spend that 2-hour block doing an assignment or going and training?
Yeah. And like I would rather train, but if I don't get the work done, then I just feel stressed. It's like
it's stressful, but then with stress you need to train.
Yeah, literally. And if I don't train, I feel the mental impacts 100%, and like the productivity, like the changes it has on my productivity. Like I know I need to train, and I love training, but when you've got other things stressing you out, you're like, oh, I'll just come back to it next week. But even then, like POV, lost train of thought. I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck. But even in like time management for like if I didn't have uni, like I can organise what time I'm going to do my like member success stuff. I can organize when I'm going to
Yes.
program. But with uni, like no matter how much progress I make, there's still more to do.
There is something. You are never ahead.
There's
if you're
never
doing
ahead.
uni properly, you are never
You are
ahead.
never ahead. And
If you're going for a pass,
so
100%, you
frustrating.
could smash out some content and do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Sure. If you actually fully embrace into learning
Yeah.
and fully divulge into that education,
Yeah.
you are never ahead.
Yeah.
Literally never ahead.
Which is so jarring.
Yeah, it is. But it's like, but it's also like, those are the pressures and things that we put on ourselves. And I used to
Yeah.
think it was just such a negative thing for so long. Like, why can't I just be okay with that'll do?
Yeah.
Why can't I'm stressing myself out, and I know what I'm about to give is like maybe a credit or a distinction, but
Yeah.
no, like, so why can't I just be like, that'll do?
Yeah.
And I guess so frustrated with myself because I'm like, far out, why do I put this extra pressure on myself? And then my mum goes, sweetheart, you need to stop thinking of it as such a negative
Yeah.
annotation and think of it as one of your skills, like one of your best qualities
Yeah.
is that you're a perfectionist.
Preach, mum.
And I was like, huh. And
One
you said-
time she's saying that, the next minute she's saying, get in the wheelchair.
Yeah. For anyone who's seen my podcast. With Lach.
Incredible.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
challenging and but prioritizing it's hard. I would love to sit here and say that I continue to prioritize my own well-being and
Yeah.
every day and every week, but sometimes it's just not the case. But we try.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
we persevere. We do try.
I put in like, I'll read an hour before I go to bed. Like I'll put all these things in place to try and like wind down and make time for myself. But then I go through weeks where I feel so anxious because I'm not getting any work done. I feel like I should be getting more work done.
So that hour of reading suddenly becomes an anxious hour of reading
Exactly.
as opposed
I
to
feel
a
like
wind down.
Yeah.
And that's every single time I'm doing something other than study.
Yeah.
It's like,
Literally.
even if I do watch a TV show or something, the entire time sitting there going, I could be doing research, but
Yeah.
I don't want to because I'm exhausted and it
Yeah.
won't be productive. So I may as well have
Yeah.
some downtime, but the downtime is like, I could be doing something so much more productive
Yeah,
right now.
literally. It
Yeah.
feels like I'm like, I actually got a TikTok once, going into a TikTok, where like the girl was like, in the video, she was like, don't you have something, like, do you feel like you're forgetting to do something or you feel like you have something you need to be doing right now? I was like, yeah, I do. And then she's like, you don't need to be so like anxious about productivity. And she's like, you have productivity anxiety. I was like, that's not a real diagnosis.
No, it's
I
like,
love TikTok though. But I was like, the way she described it at the start, she's like, you feel like you should be doing something even if there's nothing to do.
Yeah. But I also think that that's also a learnt behaviour
Yeah.
from when you've had such a jam-packed
Yeah.
schedule, always.
When
So,
I
like,
don't have uni, I feel like there's a period after uni where I'm still in that. But then once I get a few weeks out, I'm like,
you're like, oh, yeah. It's a bit like when you go on holidays and some you get used to and you're like, oh, okay.
this is quite nice.
If you mentally switch off enough, you're like, okay, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you've been in the state, like for 7 years, I did summer subjects. I've worked full time my entire study. Like
Yeah.
there has always been a go, go, go period. And so I feel like when one day, maybe one day in the near future, I only maybe have one job to worry about
Yeah.
and no study, I wonder how it'll go switching off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's hard, and we definitely don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
I personally don't have it
Definitely.
figured it out
I feel like I
yet.
do one day and then the next day I'm like, why is everything
Yeah.
so difficult?
Yeah. And it is the circle, and obviously like we go through ebbs and flows with like emotions and feelings and just everything like that too, and life continues to happen around you. So it's like even though you think you've like, oh yeah, I'm in the groove, I've got it, life then happens. Something happens that shifts that, and you got to readapt, and you got to change, and you got to be resilient. And I
Yeah.
think having resilience is what's gotten me
Yeah.
through the lifestyle that we have here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very
So-
interesting.
That was we did well there.
Yeah, I know.
I
go
don't think
us.
we went off too much.
No, let us know. But
Yeah. It could have been bad.
oh my gosh. While we're on the topic of uni, and then we can move on from uni.
Yeah.
Postgrad or undergrad?
I think that postgrad is more, I like the course
Yeah.
more. Well, I liked both.
Like, because it's more focused on what you want to do.
And I like the way that Deakin have laid it out. Like they've got like at the moment I'm doing musculoskeletal injury and cardiopulmonary disease. And then next try, I think it's like metabolic disease and neurological something. And I just like the way it's set out like that. So you're not like constantly going between like pathologies all the time. And I like how it's like a smaller group.
Yes.
Like, I know everyone in my course for the first time. Like, I've never had that ever in my bachelor. Like, I'd see someone in a unit and never see them again.
So keep in mind, Deakin, it's one of the, well, I think it is the leading school for sports science degrees and allied health. So in like an undergrad course of exercise and sports science, there'd be anywhere between like, 600 to 800 kids enrolled at a time in a cohort, which is huge.
Yeah. And then in this master's, there's like 50 or 50, between like 40 and 60, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like 50 of us. And like I actually know people for the first time and like actually kind of have friends. So I like the master's more, but I'm doing it part-time and I'm doing more work in that than I ever did in my full-time bachelor, which was a bit of a shock to me. Like when I decided to do it part-time, I'm like, the decision was work-related. Like I didn't make any money throughout my bachelor, like struggled financially. I live with my dad, so like I was fine to do that. There was no problem with that. But like in terms of doing things for myself and paying to drive up to uni, I was struggling with that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to work and then I'll just go part-time and it'll be a piece of cake and I'll have so much time for myself and it'll be a lovely little rainbow day. That's a good description.
A lot of work.
And it's so much more work than I anticipated.
I think that's I agree.
Yeah.
So I think I feel like I don't know if I ever said it to you or I said it to you after you were like, oh my God, it's so much work.
Yeah.
The biggest, I underestimated.
Yeah.
The work shift from undergrad
Yeah. Did
to
you do
postgrad.
your undergrad at?
Not at Deakin.
Yeah, you did it somewhere else.
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
did it at CSU, which is a New South Wales uni.
Yeah.
And yeah, as soon as postgrad happened, I was just like, don't get me wrong, same thing. I enjoyed my subjects and I was doing it full time as well. And like, I enjoyed the subjects. I was having 4 units and I was just like, holy crap. Because I just moved down here and again, it was more expensive to live down here. So I was like, no, I'll keep working full time. Like, you know, it'll be fine. I don't want to push out graduation or anything. I'd rather just get it done.
Yeah.
And the first semester, like I like got stressed in undergrad and things like that. I never had meltdowns.
Yeah. So people would be like, oh, I finally got my degree and I cried this much. And I was like, I mean, I had a hard time too.
Yeah.
But this is a new level. Like my mental breakdown on the weekend, girl.
Yeah.
Get it together.
It's stressful. And like life is stressful and I understand that. Like there's a lot of other circumstances that play into it as well. But yeah, the work, the content.
There's so much of it. When I saw it, I like, and figuring out like how I was going to go about studying it. Like, am I going to note take or am I going to do like what's going to work best and what's going to be the most efficient with the time that I have? Like, how am I going to get all of this in my head in this small amount of time?
Because you would think after an undergrad course that you'd have it figured out. You don't.
You literally could not have it together. And it's like everyone, especially because in my bachelor, every single one of my exams were online and open book. I get into my postgrad and I have an in-person closed book handwritten exam. Yeah. And everyone was like, I don't even know how to study for this thing. Like I'm used to having things to reference.
Having references.
Yeah. Like of course in high school I didn't have that, but it's been 4 years since high school. Yeah. So like everyone was a bit like, oh, like how do I even study? How do I retain this for a closed book test? That was big. Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I enjoy my masters more, but the workload's big. But I also wouldn't take away, again, maybe I've just blocked out my undergrad as well because it was a bit loopy. Really? Like, just bury that trauma. Yeah. And yeah, same thing, like really good cohort of people who whereas undergrad was online focused for me. Yeah. And my campus was in Bathurst at the time. So like I didn't really know anyone in my course ever. Whereas here have made some really good friends, good networking. It's a small group, and we're all kind of like in the trenches together, which is fun.
It's actually nice, like feeling like you're going through it with someone. Like in the bachelor, I was like, oh, this sucks. I could maybe have a friend in the unit that I'd temporarily have for the duration of the unit that I could be like, I'm confused. Like, what did you do for this? But like in like this course, like we see each other every day. Well, they see each other 4 days a week if they're full time.
True,
I'm part time, so I see them on Monday and Tuesday. But like we literally all just be like, we're just like struggling together. Yeah. And it's like nice to have someone who knows exactly what you're going through.
Yeah. And because in uni, as opposed to high school, it doesn't, like you can get a HD and I can get a HD. Yeah. So if I can help you, I'm going to help you because your mark doesn't change my mark.
Yeah, exactly.
And so whereas in high school, when you got like rankings and things like that, like, and like whether you care about that sort of stuff or not.
They say it's not competitive. They're like, help your peers. And I'm like, but we literally are getting ranked against each other. Ranked.
Yeah. Whereas, in uni, your mark's your mark. Like, obviously, yeah, there is a top mark, but
Yes.
like, so be it. But yeah, cool. Oh,
Yeah, wow.
we agree there. I mean, we
Yeah.
agree on a lot of things. I
Yeah.
don't know why I've said it like, oh
I
my
feel
God,
like-
we agree.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
True.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Well, I was thinking, we didn't do our fit check.
No, we didn't. We were
'Cause
planning, but then we
'cause
jumped a bit.
because we kind of naturally went into that
Yeah.
avenue.
No, that was brilliant.
So fit checks.
Fit checks. We're not going to do our current fit checks. I was confused about when I saw it.
Yeah, no, not like as in my shoes are
From New Balance?
No, but they weren't from New Balance, and that's why I got confused.
Oh,
I got them from Style Runner.
Oh.
I was like, no, that's not a brand though.
My top is from Veritas. That's you,
yeah.
not me.
My top is from downstairs.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I think you need to lead this because
no.
current gym shoe.
Yeah, are you a gym shoe person or just a shoe person in general?
I have when I worked at Rebel.
Of course, I forget that you used to work at
Yeah,
Rebel.
like there was a bit of a shoe buying thing, but the problem was they were all like runners. None of them were nice.
They're not
None
like
of them were,
streetwear.
casual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
P.S. I am aware that some of you are going to hate the look of these, but I don't care.
hey, mind your own business.
Exactly.
Mind your own business. We're sharing our lives with them. We're like, mind your own business. I used to have heaps of pairs of runners. Now I kind of like rotate the same like 4 shoes, which is, I admit, is still quite a few shoes. These ones, for anyone who's watching the video, these ones I wear all the time. People who see me all the time probably know exactly which shoes they are. These are. They're just like my daggy, like, can wear them anywhere. They've been through the trenches. Love them.
Love her.
These are my gym shoes. Sometimes I wear my Vimeras, but Justin has told me I shouldn't be wearing nice shoes to the gym. I do it regardless. They're made to be worn.
They are.
Yeah.
I reckon. That's fair.
They are dirty now though, so they don't look as good when I wear them casually, but fine.
Give them to me. I'll clean them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Great shoe cleaner.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Fine, I guess I probably will.
Okay. Fun fact, Tyler asked me. Sorry, I didn't get to them before he left, but he's
Bye,
going to the
Tyler.
UK with dirty white shoes.
Oh,
But yeah.
no.
Fine.
Wow, love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these your gym shoe of choice?
This is my guilty pleasure.
Those?
No, not these. Like in general, just
buying
gym
shoes.
shoes.
Yeah.
No, not shoes.
Gym shoes.
Gym shoes. I have 2 pairs of heels and a pair of slides. Like outside of my gym shoes.
I don't even think I have anything outside of
Like literally,
I have my Crocs.
I have a black pair and a white pair of heels, and I have a black pair and a tan pair of slides purely just because I bought those to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Before that, I didn't. I had Birks.
Yeah.
So outside of gym shoes, no, I'm not like a shoe fanatic.
Yeah.
I'm a gym shoe fanatic.
I would say I'm the same.
Yes.
But I can't
Yeah.
anymore. I don't have the money for that.
Yeah,
Neither
well,
do you.
yeah, dropped 2 pairs of new shoes 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, these are in the current rotation. I wasn't a fan of these at the start. I really wasn't when they first came out. I was like, they are.
What are these called? What are they? New
These
Balance?
are the New Balance 96s.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out Michelle Murr.
Oh,
she was
yeah, she has
asking
them.
about she lacks these too.
Yeah.
But her podiatrist just told her to stop wearing them.
Oh, that's
I know
really
she's a bit
sad.
sad about that. But these are the new ones that I was telling you about, and
Yeah.
she said she loves these.
Yeah, love.
So yeah, I wasn't a fan, and then I saw one of my friends rock them, and it's the whole classic. Is she hot or is it cool?
Yeah,
So
literally.
she just can pull off anything,
Yeah.
and so she had these, and I was just like, are they cool or is it just Cat? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So shout out Cat.
Shout out to her.
So yeah, these I've had a few pairs of these before.
Yeah.
And then my running shoes, I also roll through proper gym shoes. My Metcons for my hybrid training because I'm a hybrid girly.
I'm a hybrid girly.
I'm a hybrid girly.
I'm a hybrid girly.
And then sleigh. That was a sleigh.
Thank you.
And then also my running shoes because I do believe that if you have the gear, you've got idea.
Yeah, I believe in that too.
So yeah, but then what would be like your top gym brands like clothing wise?
I wear a lot of Elite 11.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I do. And I am a fan, but I'm not really a fan of the tops that I've gotten from there.
Okay.
I have a sports bra from there. However, I don't really train like with my sports bra on show here because I work here. So then I feel like that's just like me.
Yeah.
When I used to train at another gym, I would. But and I really like their shorts. But I feel like I'm kind of going away from them because I got a few pairs of leggings that weren't great quality.
Yeah.
Like in a row.
Do you have anything else?
Not really. I don't buy a lot of my tops are like from when I worked at Rebel, so like just like a Nike top and Under Armour.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten into a brand because seeing like the girl like KP, Amy, Steph, obviously Maddie, who's like Muscle Republic guru.
Yeah, someone
But
sponsor that girl already.
Literally someone sponsor her. But like seeing them, like I want to get that stuff, but I just can't justify spending the money because I won't just buy one thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to wait for a sale.
Yeah. And I will
just
eventually.
drop a lot because Muscle Republic would be probably my number one. Yeah, hands down, number one. Sports bras, tights, shorts.
You're not helping my money spending thing.
Shorts, I struggle with shorts because we got thighs.
Yeah, we got thighs.
We got thighs. And so typically shorts like will cut in and you get that bulge.
Yeah, or they like roll up and I'm like pulling them down every second.
And it's uncomfortable. I want to work in shorts and feel comfortable too. So the Lululemon, love Lululemon too. Like these are Lulu tights.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of their tops and I do have their shorts. But I just found when I was working, the shorts would ride up and I just felt uncomfortable. I'm at work.
Yeah.
I don't want to be constantly like pulling my shorts
Pulling
out.
my shorts
if
down.
I'm training in them, I don't mind as much.
Yeah.
And then Muscle Republic and Lululemon are pretty well the only brands that I own.
Yeah.
I have like I'll have like the odd jumper from Elite 11, the odd LSKD jumper and things like that.
Yeah.
But the ones that I continuously go back to is Muscle Republic and Lulu.
I honestly need to try Muscle Republic. I feel like when you have like a nice gym fit, you feel more motivated to go. That's going to be me.
100% it is.
There's a question we've got on here, so I'm just going to jump forward.
Yeah.
But that's the most rogue thing in your gym bag. I want to know what yours is. I don't think I have one, genuinely. Okay. But I want to know what.
I have a rogue thing. My rogue. Wait, I'm trying to think of my gym bag now. Oh my God, I did a gym bag haul for my friends the other day when I went home because I was trying to find something and they were like, what the fuck is that? I have everything.
What is in that bag?
I better not twist the cord actually. I have everything in my gym bag though I have like a medications section like so. Nurofen, Panadol, like aspirin. I've got all that.
You name it, I've got it.
Yeah, I've got it.
You're like Mary Poppins.
No, actually though, and it's just got so many components, and especially more so now, my gym bag's hectic because I made a promise to myself that I was never going to have the excuse not to train.
I love that.
So in my gym bag, I have two pairs of Nike Metcons. So I have a pair in my gym bag at all times.
Yeah.
And if I do end up wearing them, I put them straight back in my gym bag. So I always have a pair of shoes that I could do any style of training in.
Yeah.
Are they the ideal shoe for every style of training? No, but I could get away with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I have like a change of clothes, sports bras, like, and things like that, and socks and whatnot. Anything rogue though?
That's smart. Maybe I should do that. I'm inspired.
Yeah. I don't know if I have anything super rogue that you wouldn't have in a typical gym bag. Like I've got my grips, I've got resistance bands, I've got like a million body sprays. I got a packet of hair ties.
I love that. I should do that.
It's nearly like if you came to me and said like, oh, I haven't got
this.
I've got it. Legit.
Hands straight out.
There is
finish the sentence.
There is something so satisfying about being that person.
You're like my mum.
I have a hairbrush. There is something, if someone says like, oh, I don't have the, I want to be the person that has it.
I've got it.
I find that, like, that would be my goal in life.
Yeah, I love
to be that person.
I love that so much.
I actually don't think I have anything super rogue in my bag. So, sorry, that's a bit boring. Yeah.
All right, what have we got? We got a little bit of time. Should we do our last little bit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you have an unpopular opinion in the gym, though?
I don't think so. I think I'm honestly...
Are you on any of these trends?
I'm a basic fucking bitch.
Yeah, I am. I am too.
Oh, it's a hard life, honestly, to be so basic. Unpopular opinions. I just call the safety bar 20 kilos. I tell everyone to just do it as 20. And I also think you should add the weight of the bar for your landmines.
100% you should. Who doesn't?
I feel like someone told me that Lachie doesn't. Sorry if this is wrong.
No.
What if you use the 8 kilo bar instead of the 20?
100% you include the weight of the bar.
Okay, so this is not unpopular. So Lachie's in the unpopular. Sorry if this is not true. I didn't get it from Lachie.
We're going to assume that you got it from Lachie, and I just want to chime in that a lot of Lachie's opinions are unpopular.
I mean, a lot of the time Lachie is wrong.
He is, yeah. The safety bar, correct, I just count as 20 kilos. If there is no number on it that tells you how heavy it is, it's 20 kilos.
I'm just making it the same as all the other barbells. It's got to be close enough.
Yeah, it is, 100%.
And then the only thing I don't include the weight of is the prowler. Do you know how much that prowler weighs? I don't know.
I think it's 30, but again, I just call it 20. Be done with it.
It's
just
gotta
tell them,
be more
I
than
say,
20.
whatever you count it as, just be consistent.
Yeah, that
I was
I'm
just
like,
like,
as long as you do
so
the same
if
thing.
20, if just 20 for everything in this gym is easier to remember, then just call it 20.
However, that prowler is definitely closer to like 40 kilos.
100%.
It's heavy.
It's heavy than
but
that.
I would do that.
No, yeah, I'd just say it's...
What is with equipment not having the weights on them?
I think it's just because it's older.
It makes me angry.
Yeah, it's old. But it's still like, it does the job. It's still 20
Anyway,
minutes.
I think that would be my unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
Like,
which is quite popular.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So yeah, I'm just a basic bitch.
Training in bare feet.
Okay, Lockie posts a story about this like every single night at like 9 p.m. He's like, deadlifting with shoes on.
No. Keep your socks on. No, bare feet.
But like,
No, I don't need to see your toes.
Sorry. No, I think Tyler does that.
Gross. No.
Tyler?
No.
Gross.
No. Keep your socks on. Do not train in bare feet. That is icky.
I'm trying to think
that's
of other
a gym
people
ick.
do that.
That is a gym
ick, and I support
The
it.
only people who can get away with training is if you are in a combat sport in the ring. Sorry, I'm
Jackie is so passionate.
Put the dogs away.
I wouldn't get my dogs out.
Put them away. No,
I can get around that.
100%. I don't think that's unpopular.
But also, like, we vacuum that floor. I'm going to tell you that right now. We vacuum it. It's
People
definitely
lay
still
on it. I don't want to be laying on your festy feet.
Someone who goes bare feet is going to think that you're talking about them when you say bare
I've got
feet.
no one in mind here. But if you train in bare feet, leave your freaking socks on. Sorry, Lockie's just walked in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway,
We're just
okay,
talking
so,
shit.
and we can end that unpopular opinion right there.
Yeah.
All right? Don't
That's
do
done.
it. Okay.
Yeah, genuinely.
I
texted you, I miss you.
I know she did. I was literally downstairs mid-shift and Dakota texted me that she misses me. It was very wholesome.
Yeah.
Cute.
And
Or
she
she tells me if I'm
apart.
playing good music, she'll send me like...
Yeah.
she'll send me like great song choice.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, the bops are bopping, or like,
Be
just the lyrics to the song.
And typically it's Hannah Montana.
Yeah. I think that was the lyrics I sent you the other day.
Yeah.
All right, shall we?
Alrighty.
What's the last thing?
Let's wrap this up, team.
Yeah. What have we got?
Thank you for sticking with us if you're still here.
Thank you. I think this was much improved from last week. You do
Look,
not
if
want
you
to
would
see
like
what
a
was last week.
preview of what happened last week, well, I'm getting G to delete it.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, it was just...
atrocious.
It was chaos.
We also might have said something problematic at some point.
Yeah, I think I did. That's why I got it at
I think I did as well.
Yeah. So this is what happens when we don't think about what we're going to say.
Yeah, and then we talk to each other like we're not being
recorded. Yeah.
We are wholesome beings. We don't talk shit about people.
Oh, we don't talk shit about people.
But we talked about experiences that I feel like maybe was not the go. All right, let's wrap it up.
Cool.
One thing you're grateful for.
Oh, like in general, or just like recently? In general. I'm gonna be real mushy for a second.
What is it?
You know exactly what I'm.
What are you
Oh
gonna
no,
say?
I thought you were looking at me like, no, like honestly, something that I'm just eternally grateful for recently has just been Mark.
Oh,
Like
wholesome.
no, but when I say
That
like
is-
in terms of like we can have conversations that he sits down and he's like, what do you need?
Yeah.
And like being able to have those open conversations to be like, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
Like I'm drowning and I feel like I'm failing at everything.
Yeah.
And that's my number one thing.
Yeah.
And so he goes, what do you need? And not being like, you should know what I need. No.
Yeah.
Just say, what do you need? And the thing is, as soon as I say, this is what I need, he's like, done. So when I said groceries, shopping, like the thought of thinking about all of that mental load was just things that I didn't need to think about and he can take on. And so he did. So when I say like, I don't cook, when I say I don't cook, and I genuinely don't think I'd be able to have all these commitments and do everything at the moment if it wasn't for like his support and him actually like enabling me to do everything that I need to do in this moment.
I love that.
And there will come a time where it's his time to focus on his career. Like we know in the next year or so, he's going to be going up in rank and he's going to need some extra study time and things like that. And there will become a time where roles will be swapped 100%. But for right now, I am very grateful to have a very supportive partner who is my partner. Yeah. So
love that.
That's what I'm grateful for. That's just what came to mind.
Really
because
good.
honestly, he saved me in a lot of, he saved me a lot in the last like couple of weeks in particular. So
King, go Mark. Love.
All right, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm not about to list them all, by the way. I would say at the moment, I'm also going to do a person. And I'm going to do two people. One is Justin for similar reasons to you. That, like, for example, he saw that I needed to go for a walk the other day.
Yeah.
Thanks, King. And he does a lot of stuff to help me. Like, I couldn't fathom cooking the chicken that I wanted to cook to the prep, and then he just did it all for me and then drove it to my house.
Oh.
Thank you, King.
See? Yes.
Oh, he also meal preps me. He doesn't know. He does help me a lot with the food stuff, though. But then the other person is Jess, my best friend. I don't know if she'll listen to this. Maybe I should cue her this way.
We'll tell you, giving her a shout out.
Yeah, I will. My best friend Jess. She's like your typical low maintenance friend that just gets me. Yeah. Like if I don't talk to her for ages, and then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to message Jess, and then I message her. We just talk to each other like nothing changed. Like we were speaking to each other like we had spoken yesterday, and like she will make an effort with me, and if I can't do it in that moment, then she completely understands. She's just like one of those people. I feel like we've never had a fight, and if we did not like something that the other person was doing, we're just like stop being shit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But she's just, shout out to her for being like the friend that I can always depend on.
Oh, love that. And you need that
shout out
in these when you got a lot going on. Yeah. It's just so important to have those people who just get it.
Yeah.
Like we were saying before. It's like, I don't think it makes you feel like, because when you're trying to run ragged, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you get this feeling, but I feel like I fail at everything.
Yeah.
And then so it's to have that person that it's like, you don't, like, they don't make you feel like you're doing a shit job.
Yeah.
Right? They're just like, yeah, cool, whatever.
That's Mark and Justin and Jess.
Like
and other people.
Queens.
All right.
All right.
Have anything else?
Oh, let's finish on. What are you excited about?
I like that one.
Yeah, I like this one too. Let's go. What are you excited about for 2025? Like the rest of 2025.
The rest of 2025.
Yeah, I feel like we need parameters.
Yeah. Okay. Finishing the first year of this degree, I'm excited.
Snaps
to like have it done. Keen. What else? I'm really excited to hopefully play a netball game this year.
Do you reckon it'll happen this season?
Not in the season.
No, but
on this season, like at some point this year, like maybe like a casual game or something.
Yeah.
I've pondered in that. Yeah, I think those are my main two.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. It's like, wait, that's so exciting.
I'm really excited.
I think like we're already in May. Tomorrow.
I know. I think because that I'm missing the season, in my mind I wasn't returning to netball until April next year. And so I was like, oh, it's so far away. But then I forgot that I'm 8 months post-op.
So it's like you could be sooner.
So it could be sooner. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on with my knee at the moment.
Yeah. But at least you don't have that pressure to feel like you've got to get back by the end of the season. Yeah. You've sort of already accepted the fact
I've got whatever
that you're not playing this season. But maybe later.
Yeah. But I'm having a little bit of a hiccup with like having a bit of knee pain.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand why. So once that's all figured out, at least I know that I can just take however long my knee needs. And then hopefully, ideally I'll be 100% when I go back. But yeah, what about you?
Exciting.
What are you excited about?
We just booked our flights to Europe again.
Oh.
I know. So we're doing a month in UK, Europe.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be excited about that, even though I just hate spending money.
Yeah.
But it's also like, So that's super exciting. And I think I'm more excited for what that trip signifies.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Signifies?
Yeah.
I'll have finished my thesis.
Yeah.
And that's just really exciting.
That's
to me.
That's the ultimate excitement.
Yes. And then that is it. Like in terms of like, okay, that's going to be in September.
Mm-hmm. I think my knee will be around September too.
God, September's going to be a great month, guys.
September's also my birthday.
Oh my gosh. So it's meant to be. So that's why it's so many good things happening. So I'm really excited to obviously get to travel again because what a privilege it is. Like we bought a house at the end of last year, and so we've really tried to prioritize making sure that we weren't going to let the house still dictate our lives.
Yeah.
And obviously I work very hard, so like I understand that not everyone's in a position financially that can be able to own a home and then still go travel and things like that. But Mark is a very hard worker. I'm a very hard worker. And so I think it's okay to just accept that, okay, we work hard and we can go do these things.
Yeah.
We don't have we don't have kids,
Yeah.
and we don't plan on having kids anytime soon, or getting married or anything like that. So it's not like we have big expenses coming up. So yeah, we work hard, and even though it sucks,
It's
money,
paying off. Well,
100%. So no, super excited for that, but more so for so excited for what my life is going to look like at that point in time.
Yeah.
I'll be post thesis.
Yeah.
Who knows, like employment wise, hopefully it's not 4 jobs still.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will be reined in a little bit.
Yeah.
And things like that. So I'm just sort of excited for that.
Love.
Oh,
I think we nailed that.
Slay.
Just like that. Love you guys.
Love you.
Should we sing our way?